Living is Pain and Pain is His podcast. Welcome back. Hello, everyone. Doomsday is approaching. It'll be here soon, sooner than you think. Especially with the election coming up. It's gonna be terrible. We're all gonna die. So today in this podcast, I actually wrote down some topics I wanted to talk about. And I think I'm gonna start with some scrapped video ideas. Now, these are either ideas that I thought worked but didn't actually when I tried to write for them, or they're ideas that I thought worked but not on this channel. I like my career. Or ideas that I think I can't do right now because of limitations, technical limitations, time limitations, or things that I like. But okay, I'll just list them for you. So, I had this idea for a show. Sorry. There was a YouTuber called Dreg. He made a YouTube series, web series called Centricide. I really like that series. It's cool. It's very good. And I want to do something similar, like not really political, but similar in a sense. It would include politics. It was going to be a time travel series because I really like time travel, and I think I could really do something kind of scientific and realistic with it, a different take on it. Not like a normal time travel thing. This is going to be better. I have the first entire episode written out, so I mean, I really want to make that. That's probably the one scrapped video idea that's probably might happen in the future. I don't know. I have a green screen, so I can just use that as the background. Anyway, let's next one. Oh, here's one. Okay, so I was gonna do a video on a very sensitive political topic, abortion, and it was gonna be called the arbitrary abortion line. This one was scrapped for obvious reasons. I mean, I stand by everything I think I wrote in the script for that video, which I will not be showing. But it's just okay. I'm not good enough writer to write for that, and it's just abortion is such a terrible topic to talk about. But anyway, it was gonna be about how we draw the line for what is sentient, what is conscience, what is a human. And you draw the line at birth, conception, stuff like that. And then I had another idea. I was really gonna do this one. I had an entire video made for this one. It was the Premiere Pro tutorial. But the thing is, the video was terrible. It was slow. It was boring. There weren't any jokes. So I deleted that video, and then I remade it. I got halfway through, and I realized this isn't funny either. So second time didn't work. So I might do it again sometime in the future, but I wouldn't guarantee it. Oh, here's one. Rebuilding the house. I had a video I was going to do about postmodernism. Postmodernism is basically you know how Gen Z humor is super weird and that's kind of the humor. That's what postmodernism is. And I was going to do a video about postmodernism, which is basically the return to a genuinism. You know how humor used to be what's red, blue, and green all over. That kind of humor that's wholesome and stuff. That would be what the video is about, basically. I mean, obviously you can do some research into postmodernism and modernism in your own time, but I was going to do a video on that and use rebuilding the house, the house as society and life, with the support being religion, meaning of life, stuff like that. And I honestly really like that idea, but the video concept was too hard to write for again. And I don't think I'm a good enough editor to actually pull that off properly. So maybe in the future. It's a good idea, though, I think. And, yeah. Oh, let's talk about the election. Which old man will win? I don't know. But I can guarantee you there will be riots in the street. And I also plan on buying a lot of stock. I'm going to buy some S&P 500 stock because, man, that's either going to dip or skyrocket high depending on who wins. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time to buy if you're an investor. Yeah, so, let's see, yeah, it's pretty epic. I mean, let's be honest, there are a lot of people who don't like either candidate. So, and I feel like this election, the third party candidates have a chance of getting more than 5% of the vote. I don't know. Honestly, this election is just so unpredictable. Like, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a high turnout or not, because on one hand, these candidates are just I mean, they're not very broad candidates. They're very specific to one ideology or another. So a lot of people don't kind of align with them. I mean, come on. One's a centrist, one's a nationalist. I mean, centrism doesn't really, like, the left isn't going to get, a lot of people won't be represented if Joe Biden wins, because Joe Biden's a centrist, dirty centrist. And he's centrist. And Trump's a nationalist, which obviously libertarians won't like, neoconservatives won't like, people like those. But I feel like either nobody will vote except for the people that they actually represent, or everyone will vote. I don't know, one of the two. Either way, I think the world's gonna be just fine. I don't think the world's gonna end this election, which is sad. Did you guys know that I'm taking biology? It's pretty cool. Osmosis is pretty epic. It's pretty cool. Water pressure, turgid. My cells are pretty turgid, I won't lie. Why does nature do stuff? Why does nature exist in the way it does? Why does osmosis work the way it does? I mean, why does osmosis force water to move from one place to another? Why does diffusion exist? Why does that exist? Why does physics work the way it works? I looked this up, no conclusive answers. It just works. And when I asked my biology teacher, guess what he said? It's just chemistry, Stephen. It's just simple chemistry. And I'm not going to take chemistry, jokes on him, because I like my sanity. Chemistry is the most boring. It's terrible. Unless you're actually doing something cool, like in Breaking Bad, making explosives and stuff. I don't see the point in taking chemistry if you're not going to become a chemist or something like that. But science is pretty cool. Even though it doesn't make sense for the why. The why question is what science doesn't like to talk about. Why does it do that? Why? Because you can just keep asking why until you get back to the simple question of it just is. It just is. Religion does that a lot. They answer the why. Speaking of religion, I made my own religion. It's pretty cool. You guys should totally join. To join the religion, you just subscribe to my channel, and boom, you're part of the religion now. It's called Stephenism. Spelled with a PH. Don't say Stephanism, or else you're banned from the religion. And it's very cool. And I would like to do a dramatic reading of a passage from the first chapter of Stephenism. Okay. In the beginning, Stephen created the heavens and the earth, and he saw it, and it was epic. Then he created light, and he saw it, and it was good. Then he saw his electric bill, and it was not good. Then Stephen did some other shit, created life, yada yada yada. Then Stephen created anime, and he saw it, and it was the weirdest thing he'd ever seen. But Stephen didn't really care. He was working on his next creation. His podcast. New episodes releasing every Saturday. That's right. I'm plugging my own podcast in my own book, Stephenism. It's a good religion. You guys should totally join. We're totally chill. Yeah, except if you're poor. If you're poor, you can't join. We hate poor people. Get that gross, disgusting. Hate poor people. Disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, you guys should totally join my religion. It's epic. We do a lot of cocaine. We do a lot of meth in our free times. It's a pretty cool religion. Anyways, I've been playing a lot of video games because I'm sad. This is being recorded on Halloween, which might be sad for me because I'm not invited to any parties. It makes me sad. That's what I'm saying. It makes me sad. It's all very sad. Life is pretty sad. And I think that's the moral of today's podcast, because we're nearing the 10-minute time limit. Life is sad. There's no reason why for anything. And you should totally join my religion. Also, look forward to. I really want to do the time travel series. I have a lot of good ideas for that one. Please, 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 if you like the idea, I'll give you a brief plot synopsis. So, this guy, all the characters will be played by me because I don't have any friends. But anyway, this guy, he's a scientist, and he creates what is known as a time machine. It'll just be a PNG of the TARDIS. And the way this time machine works is that the matter is turned into light energy, and then the energy it's turned to light. It's turned to light, so it's now photons. So boom, blast those photons into the sky where the Earth will be, and since it's traveling at the speed of light, it's time is bending around it. So if you travel the speed of light, time moves faster for you. So you can travel into the future, but you can't travel into the past. So the scientist's idea is that to travel so far into the future where he can start traveling back into the past, where they invented time travel into the past. Because right now he doesn't have technology enough to go back into the past. But the thing is, there's only you can't go super far into the future. You kind of want to go, because you're blasting a beam of light. You're blasting yourself into a beam of light into a certain location. You're basically phasing yourself into existence at a specific point in space. And there's only kind of one angle you can do that at a time. And it requires a lot of energy. So basically the whole conflict of the story is that he has to go to the future, get some materials, meet some people, and then he travels back to more into the future, and it keeps going. And I'm basically shamelessly ripping off a Primer. That's an excellent movie. It's free on YouTube. Go watch it. Primer. But yeah, that's basically the plot synopsis. I don't want to spoil anything. I think it has a lot of potential, and I really want to do it because it's cool. Anyways, this is the end of the podcast now. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me and my very cool voice. I don't have the best voice. There are people with better voices than me. Why are you listening to this podcast? This is the worst podcast to ever exist. Bye.